Hi, folks. I'm Angela Ramsey, and I'm here for Edgar Casey's A.R.E, and you are with me in my crystal corner, Angela's Crystal Corner. I appreciate you being here very much, and look forward to talking to you today about various things, including stones of protection. I usually start our shows just letting you know a little bit about Edgar Casey and how we do the show, just so you're kind of familiar with it. Um, the A.R.E is the Association for Research and Enlightenment in Virginia Beach. It was brought together by Edgar Casey, who is a famous psychic. He was a farmer, he was a Christian, he was very humble. With his gift, he would do psychic readings for people when he was kind of in a trance like state. And he had a translator there helping him. And he would give a reading while he was in this state, not really realizing what he was saying. And she would write all of it down. And he was very helpful to people. He wanted people to see things from a Christ-like state. He mentions Christ in many of his readings. He believed in doing things for good. It's Halloween. We are doing stones of protection. He did not believe in doing anything for the negative, including use of stones. So that being said, this is an open forum. There's no judgment here, but we do ascribe to Edgar Casey, and I'm very thankful to be here for him. He was quite a prophet, quite talented, and we were lucky to have him for the short time that we did. At any rate, what I try to do is do a few readings out of one of his books. This is a compilation. Of course, he didn't do books, but this is a compilation of his stones and the things that he had to say about stones. And I was looking today, and I thought I would, in trying to explain to you, we're here talking about vibrational medicine and vibrational healing, that stones carry a vibration. Because to the average Joe, and back when I was younger, I thought it's just a rock, doesn't mean anything. Well, everything has a vibration. And we actually have vibrational medicine and healing now, and it goes along with natural healing. And gemstones were mentioned back in Egypt in the Bible. They're mentioned everywhere. They're not naturally, innately dark or evil. Just like anything, if it has some kind of power, you have people that are negative that use things for negative energy. Edgar Casey felt like if you did that, it would come back to you negatively. So I kind of agree with that. Nevertheless, I do believe there are negative, things out there, evil, if you will, the devil, whatever you want to call it. And I don't really acknowledge it much. I don't like to bring any energy to it. But let's just say I keep plenty of protective stones around because I want to be in the light, not in the dark. That being said, I wanted to read something found in this book. And it's talking about a famous yogi by the name of Paramahansa Yogananda. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too much. But he had a view of vibrational healing. And he explains it like this. It's kind of like Edgar Casey explains it. And I tell you all the time, Nikola Tesla saw the value of vibrations in stones. But what he says is pearls and other jewels, as well as metals and plants, apply directly to the human skin, exercise an electromagnetic influence over the physical cells. Man's body contains carbon and various metallic elements that are present also in plants, metals, and jewels. The discoveries of the rishis in these fields will doubtless receive confirmation someday from physiologists. Man's sensitive body, with its electrical life currents, is a center of many mysteries as yet unexplored. And we use TENS units on our bodies that give electrical charge to your different areas for pain. There's a lot of evidence of this already. And Edgar Casey shed some light as well about electromagnetic influence in a few readings, but this is one in particular, A9. In giving that which may be helpful, it is necessary for the mind or body seeking same that there be given rather the analysis of the composition of the stones as related to their vibrations, as relate then to a human body. See? So that is kind of the gist of some of the thought on vibrational healing with stones and why they work, because a lot of people will question that. There's not a specific line of proof other than just the common thoughts of knowledge on electromagnetic and vibrational healing are moving forward, and we're seeing more and more each day evidence of such. So I believe they do have a good vibration and a method of healing. And Edgar Casey's, most of his readings kind of indicated that if you get your body to align with the crystal that you want to be into that vibration, then that's how it helps you. So, um, again, this is an open, fun forum. Crystals are supposed to be fun. I don't really get real serious about them because I think they all have different properties. They grow in the ground. They're natural. Now, when they come out, some people carve them and polish them and make them really beautiful. That's fine. They still have the same vibrational message and healing. Um, they can be used in wearing jewelry, crystal grids, placing them on your body, using them in your hands for meditation, that kind of thing. But today I wanted to show you, and this is what we do with every show. We try to start with some Edgar Casey stuff, and then we go to particular stones, and then we go and I'll pull a card and do a stone reading for you. But I wanted to let you know kind of where we go with that to begin with. But again, it's fun and it's open. I really appreciate you being here. I really enjoy this. I love sharing what I know. I don't know everything. I'll tell you that too. One of my favorite philosophies is take what you like and leave the rest. There are tremendous amount of books on stones and their values and what they can do, this and that. And it's very confusing, and it's usually mixed messages. So I tell people, talk to somebody who's really adept at using or kind of knows stones, and then use your gut instinct, because there is no right or wrong here. Intention is everything, and a lot of times it is the intention that makes the stone do what it does for you. There are certain stones that do help with negative energies and removing negative energy, and as I said, I like to keep them around me. I don't give energy to negativity, but I do remove it. And if I do a cleansing of my house, like I've told you, I like to sage a lot. Native American cleansing with sage, white sage, and smoke. I go around the house and open a few windows, and I will say basic things like dark out, light in, evil out, good in. And I will say, in the name of Jesus Christ, if you're dark, you're not welcome. Please remove yourself. And those kind of things. I don't ever feel much darkness. I think that I've been pretty good at keeping it at bay. And that's not to say it's not there, because believe me, I don't want to deal with it. I've seen some evidence of people with darkness. Generally, they see my eyes, and my eyes kind of reflect it. I will see people walk away from me that I know are dark. That doesn't mean that they can't do something or harm me. I try to stay away from it and not acknowledge it too much. So let's start with what I think is one of the master evil, or protecting you from evil or dark stones, and that is natural citrine. And you'll find a lot of arguments about this stone out there, because, and I have talked to actual geologists, PhDs, and I've seen a couple of books looking. They don't acknowledge the difference in natural citrine and heat treated amethyst, and they are two entirely different minerals. And I'm surprised there's so few people that know this, that should know it. But you'll find, if you mention it, you'll see a big argument on Facebook, or a big argument about people of they're the same thing. No, they're not the same thing. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So natural citrine is kind of a muddy looking gold tone. This is natural citrine. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of yellow. It looks a little bit clear in the light there, but it's kind of a muddy yellow, if you will. I have natural citrine earrings on. I got in California. They're faceted, beautiful. I wish I'd gotten some of this jeweler's, more of his things there, but I didn't, and I don't know who he was. But they're faceted on the front. I don't wear them very often, but I love them because you don't find many natural citrine. Most of them have an orange shade. So this is heat treated amethyst, and I will show you the difference in this. Most amethyst will have this white, this whiting where it comes out of the matrix. It's not all clear purple. It's usually attached to a whiter matrix. Natural citrine, which is a quartz family, they're both quartz family, but it's generally found without the matrix like that. It comes in a more clear form, just like smoky quartz does, or quartz, white quartz. White quartz has some white in it too, but there's a lot more found like this. This is another heat-treated amethyst. Again, it's almost orange in color, and the makeup of it as a mineral is clear to see that it's not as generally found as with a natural citrine. This is a natural citrine. again. And the basis of this stone this is where I first got into crystals a long time ago. When I saw Lisa Williams talking about it, she's a famous psychic. She was doing a evil removal at a hotel or something. She didn't like to deal with that either, and she definitely used natural citrine as an evil. It transmutes evil. Your other stones don't have to be cleansed if you have natural citrine around them. This is a natural citrine point with lepidolite in it. You can see the lepidolite underneath, but it's beautiful. It's naturally formed that way and pulled out of the mine that way. I'm sorry. I'm not a master of the camera yet, but I'm sure trying. But at any rate, her prescription was to put natural citrine in the far right corner of your house to keep evil out. If you put natural citrine beside of another stone, it cleanses it. So you don't have to cleanse those stones. This is lepidolite. No, I'm sorry. This is anhydrite, which is purple angelite. Looks a little like lepidolite, but if you put it beside citrine, it'll naturally cleanse the stone, so it doesn't have to be cleansed. I have a natural citrine kitty, little kitty cat. I have a lot of carved pieces. I think they're cute. They're still got the same power. And this is a natural citrine nugget. Just a polished. It didn't come out of the ground like that. It's polished. That's a tumbler that polished that. And let's see. I thought I had another big piece. Oh, what I was going to show you as well, and I don't really think I've talked about this much, but there are a lot of enhancements that people do to stones to make them prettier, so to speak. And they usually use heat or some kind of heat plus color application, which sometimes is called an aura. You'll see a brilliant pearly color to something. This is heat treated citrine or smoky quartz. I'm not sure which, but if you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of has a green hue to it. It is a lot more brilliant from the treatment, but I don't like it. I don't think that the stones like it. I don't think that blasting with heat is a really good thing to do, but you'll see it like that a lot of times, and you'll see somebody sell it as smoky citrine. I still think they're probably powerful stones, but they're treated. So I go for the natural of everything. So for me, I like natural stones. Now, cut and polish is another thing. These are cut and polished stones. They're cut this way and polished this way. This is another natural citrine. And I'll tell people too, if you see that little bevel on the bottom, it's probably a Brazilian stone. Or Brazilian cut, I will say. They cut and polish. They do the most beautiful cut and polishings of anyone. So citrine's pretty expensive. It's also known as a jeweler stone. They used to put it in with their money bag because it's supposed to make money. But I like it for its natural properties of keeping darkness out. I just don't want any darkness. Put it that way. My next one that I will tell you is my favorite for protection, and there are many. I'll say this too: many stones are out there have some protective qualities. Again, use your instinct and read up on them. Realize you're going to see 4 or 5 different things about the same stone that you don't agree with, and that's okay. It's all okay. Your intent matters. But my other favorite stone besides citrine is black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is a natural stone, a naturally occurring stone that looks like this. This is the formation of a natural black tourmaline. This is a big one, but this is how it looks in natural form, and it kind of flakes off when you mess with a piece like that. This is another bigger piece of black tourmaline. I find that to be one of the strongest protective stones out there, and I see a lot of people will wear it doing paranormal research, that kind of thing. Something, again, I don't really mess with that, but because I don't want to be around it. I want to keep my space light and godlike. I don't want any negative stuff. So, but a lot of people do that, and they wear black tourmaline in doing it. This is a black tourmaline nugget that I have, and the form of black tourmaline, naturally the points have this neat little formation on them that shows like this. That's how the point is formed. And this has got, this is formed like that on both sides. I kind of like it. This is a smaller piece. And then this is an actual point of black tourmaline. And I'll tell you this, most people will say that any stone that's black is a protective stone. That's pretty much true. That, like, this is onyx. This is a piece of onyx right here. Black jet, black onyx, and then we come to the glass, which is obsidian. Obsidian. I want to show you this. It's a black tourmaline sphere, and what I'm trying to show you is, you see how rough it's kind of rough, right? It's not. This is pretty shiny, but it's got plenty of roughness, plenty of cracks, and it's not perfectly shiny. Obsidian is glass. It's always going to be perfectly shiny most of the time when it's polished. Let's see. I think this is a gold sheen obsidian. Let me see. Is that an obsidian? No, that's a black tourmaline. I'm sorry. That's another rough piece. That's how you can tell. If it's got any roughness in it, it's tourmaline. If it's shiny, it's usually obsidian. Here we go. Here's an obsidian. This is a piece of black obsidian, and it's relatively unmarked as opposed to the other pieces. And this is glass that is formed naturally by volcanic heat and combustion within the earth. So it's still a natural piece of material to pull out, but it's not traditionally a mineral, so to speak. So a lot of people think it's very protective, and that's great. That's fine. I prefer tourmaline over obsidian. This is a pink sheen obsidian necklace that I have. Again, these are naturally found. They're pulled out of the ground. This is like not naturally. This is polished, but the colors, they vary in colors. It's hard to get that pink sheen in there. This is a blue one. Blue obsidian. Again, it's got volcanic formed glass as opposed to a natural mineral. And then these are some pieces I have that are necklaces that are just pieces of black tourmaline, pieces for like this. And of course, I have a tourmalated ring right here that's clear quartz with black tourmaline shards in it, and you'll see that a lot in pieces. This is a clear quartz with tons of black tourmaline in it, and it's called rutile, but you can tell that it's black tourmaline that's in there because you can see it. And clear quartz is another stone that's known as a protector, but it's a more difficult stone because to me it's a reflector. And people will wear it to reflect negativity. But it's also absorbs energy and carries it with you sometimes. And I prefer to use that to magnify things in the home, such as a grid. You can also use it in your hand. It just needs to be cleansed a whole lot. But I was going to show you some more tourmaline and quartz. This is a tourmaline and quartz piece. Again, this is a crystal. This is clear quartz. It's called clear quartz, even if it comes out milky white like that. That's not completely clear, but you can see the tourmaline in it, which is pretty cool. Let's see. A smaller piece full of tourmaline. And then we have, I think I've shown you this one before. This is a smoky with black tourmaline. This is a smoky quartz point with black tourmaline in it, which is kind of rare. Smoky is also a very protective stone, I believe. I have a lot of smoky quartz around. It's a softer energy, but very protective. You definitely can sleep with it, in my opinion. Some stones I don't like to sleep with. But, and then I'll get to my final favorite protector, which is Labradorite. We had a whole show on Labradorite. Labradorite it deflects psychic attack and negative attack. So does black tourmaline. And it also helps you enhance your psychic abilities, which they say almost any stone does that. But I had shown you a lot of Labradorite. But Labradorite has a flash to it. There we go. That's like a fiery flash right there. And I keep that all over the place. I like Labradorite. It just has a good feeling to me. And I know it's protecting, those people that are thinking negatively, but you don't know it for sure. That's kind of reflecting back, and they're not going to be able to do that. Here's another big one. It's got a lot of blue in it. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, yeah, there we go. There you go. Yep. You can almost see an angel in there if you look. A lot of people see things in Labradorite and talk about them. This is a blue. There we go. It's a brilliant blue flash. It's hard to get it to do it, but when it does it, you can see how brilliant it is. I like the flash. I like the way they say hello to you. Let me look and see if we have any questions. Let's see. I don't see anything. Sometimes I don't see anything, and when I do see it after the show, I will certainly talk to you and answer your questions later. I'm not seeing anything. That's weird. Well, I hope we're doing the video. It shows live on my computer. I'm not seeing anything as far as the comments go, though. So anyhow, I can't tell how long. Let me see if I see anything on my phone. Somebody would certainly let me know if they're not seeing anything going on. No, I don't see anything. So hopefully we're doing okay. I just won't be able to see the comments till later, but I'll certainly let you know answers to any questions you have later on. And you can always email me at anguscrystalcorner@gmail.com, and that's ANGScrystalcorner@gmail.com with any questions, or even to come see crystals or make an appointment with any questions or anything else. Let me see. Awesome. I just got confirmation that I can be seen. I just can't see your comments. So thank you so much for coming, and I'm sorry if I don't get to questions on the show. But I will get to questions, each and every one, within the days following the show, because I always do if I haven't answered them beforehand. People may ask, well, how is a protective stone helping you, etc.? Well, we go back to the vibrational medicine theory and the fact that evil and darkness has a lower vibration. And you want something that'll transmute it or reflect it. That's why you carry it with you, wear it, if you will. And I usually always, I showed you last time, I always carry a piece of natural citrine in my pocket. I've been doing that for years. And this is my little natural citrine piece that I have. I'll tell you, my hairdresser, she may be on here, Angie, I don't know if she's here or not, but she, I lost one when I was at her salon, and I was so devastated. And I guess when I went to the bathroom, I lost it. I couldn't find it, and she went in there and found it. I'm like, girl, I was so happy because I didn't want to lose it. But if you lose a stone, you have to imagine that it's going to go to somebody else that needs it or can use it, so to speak. So don't ever feel bad about that. And again, all stones have protective qualities. It's just a matter of which ones you like, And for me, those are my favorites. I was going to show you. This is the book, because I get these questions sometimes. Crystal Prescriptions, Volume 5. And there's a whole page on protection stones. Protections using, that's prohibitions. Protections against radiation, angelic, aura, children, protection during astral travel, protection from crime or violence, protection from negative energies, protection in general. Let's look at the negative energies. It's amethyst, Apache tear, black kyanite, black obsidian, black onyx, black tourmaline, bornite, celestite, citrine, celestial quartz, and it goes on and on. The smoky quartz. The smoky quartz is a good one, I think. I like that a lot. It has rose quartz listed, but I have tons of rose quartz because it's a love stone, but I never really saw it as a protection stone. But again, when you start dealing with crystals and listening and looking and learning, you get different ideas and you start forming your own opinions, especially when you're touching the stones and dealing with them. My favorite three are natural citrine, black tourmaline, and Labradorite. So what I wanted to do was pull a card for you as well. I wish I could see your questions. For some reason, everything's like not showing me that, and that's unfortunate. I don't want to mess with it because we've had this video go down before, and I don't want to see that happen. But we'll read a crystal card. If I think of anything else while I'm reading, I'll talk to you. Oh, okay, cool. What I do is pick a crystal out, and I'm not a card puller necessarily, but I like the fact that we're sitting here together. This is Daily Crystal Inspiration, and I feel like since we're sitting together, I feel like if I pull it, it's probably divinely inspired to me by God to give us a message today. So today's card is Phantom Quartz. That's another stone that I love, and I have a lot of those. Any quartz could have a phantom in it. You'll see like the outline of some inclusion of some sort, even if it's just a bit of smokiness or something. I don't have any sitting here, or I would show you one, but I will show you some in the future because I want to show you stones with inclusions because I have a lot of those. I like those too because I like looking in there and seeing what I can see. I was going to show you another couple of citrines too. This is like a beautiful one that I got from Germany. Citrine generally, initially, I only found it came from Africa and the Congo, but I've seen since that they've found some pockets in Brazil and other places. It's more rare than certain other stones though, and it's a little expensive, but that's the one I started out with because of Lisa Williams. And really, that started my whole thing about stones and what does this mean? What does that mean? But what I like to do is introduce people to the thought process that it's vibrational medicine. It's not magic. It's not negative. Can be used for negative, but that's not what I use it for. And I don't think there's anything unnatural about dealing with natural healing in some way or another. Okay, so phantom quartz. That's what this says today. In a period of flux, find comfort in the uncomfortable. Change is happening all around you, so make the most of it. After all, the only thing that is constant in life is change. Embrace the uncertainty and lean into the inevitable. These are opportunities that allow you to grow, evolve, and move forward. It's how you move through these stations of life that make or break your journey. Instead of resisting change, allow it to propel you forward so you can level up your life. Core questions: what changes are happening in your life? How are you responding to those shifts? And how would you ideally respond if you were living your purpose? Crystal action: affirm I embrace change. Today, confidently address an area of your life that you have been avoiding and identify something you can do to change or accept it. Well, that's interesting since we had all these Mercury retrogrades lately, and I know that's been difficult, and it's difficult for me too. And I remember, I think it was Job that said you can't connect the dots going forward. You can only connect them when you look back. So you have to let go of those things that cause you stress and fear, and accept that one day you'll look back and say, oh, that's why that happened. Because it happens with me a lot. Even though I stress about things that are in the current moment, I believe that God's plan is divinely guided. It's already been written, and I can't remember that, but I'm just saying it's an ultimate philosophy that I believe, and relaxing in that is a really good feeling. And that being said, again, I really appreciate that you're here. I'm so sorry I can't see your messages. I can't wait to look at them later. I hope you let me know you're here so I can answer and talk to you. And you can always email me with any questions or to purchase any crystals. May God bless you, and I hope He walks with you every day, and I hope to see you soon. I'm here the fourth Tuesday of every month. Sometimes that's not the last week. We have some months with 5 weeks. So it's the fourth Tuesday of every month from 6 to 6:30, and I'm happy to do this and happy to help you. And that being said, I'll see if I can cut this off. I'm not sure if I can because it's like clocking on me. I don't think I can. I might have to shut it down. But at any rate, I'm glad that it went on because that's been confirmed. And I will see you next time.